Hello, welcome back to the Lessons in Stances series. In this video, we're covering the running stance. So the running stance looks like this. It's like you take a horse stance and you pivot inwards. It's like the X stance or the dragon stance, only instead of rotating the leg outwards, you rotate it inwards. So it's like I just take the horse stance and then rotate in my thigh like this. So the lessons we're going to learn from this stance, very much reminiscent of what we talked about at the beginning of the series. So it's like we're coming full circle here. The idea that these are not positions we stand in, but they are movements that we transition through, right? So the running stance is very much meant to be kind of like, you got your stocks when you're getting ready for like a race, like you're running on track and field, right? So you'd have your stocks here and here, right, to push off of as you're getting ready for the lunge, right? So it's like that, only you're doing it within this stance. So when I'm doing this stance here, right, I'm building up kinetic energy through this leg here by essentially using it as like a spring. And this here is kind of like my stopper, right? So as soon as I let go of my stopper, I naturally want to go this way, right? So the idea is that I'm holding myself back for the moment where I'm going to release. So I build up that kinetic energy, and even without exaggerating pressing the leg, if I just raise this foot, I'll naturally kind of have this shuffle step. It's very similar to Santishi from Xing Yi where you pick up your foot, and this naturally comes back with it by springing from that back foot there. So it's essentially that, but within this shape instead, right? So here I've got my metaphorical stocks, right? As I rotate inwards, I create this bend here, and I create this pressure in the bottom of the foot, particularly in the ball of the foot. And as I do so, I make sure I rotate my thigh so that my knee points directly in line with my shin. This, again, puts the kinetic energy right against each other so that when I'm building my power in the back leg, my power in the front leg stops and acts as my stopper. And then as soon as I can release this, it immediately wants to go. The more I rotate this outwards, the more that kinetic energy kind of spills out this way. So I won't get as much of a spring forward. So it's very important, the shape of this, to have it in the proper way. So I'll actually I've been taught to use this almost like I'm sprinting at my opponent, right? So the way that we practice this typically is we make zigzags 45 degrees, where I'll be in the running step, release, running step, release, running step. And you'll just run around the room like that. So it's a very agile stance, teaching to create springing force so that you're not standing in a position and then you push off of the foot to go, but rather just from sinking into that foot, you naturally create that spring. So you don't have to create extra energy, it's already being stored. And then as soon as you release, all that energy takes us into movement. So that's the idea of the running stance, is just trying to generate that kind of force. And you can put, of course, any type of hand shape on it. You can run into them with an uppercut, or you can throw into a chop. This stance is used very heavily in arts like Xinyi, which is a predecessor art to Xing Yi, the more like a popular version. And it's very much in the same vein as Xing Yi, ram a wedge through your opponent. So that's why you're not just running, you're running at them as if you are the weapon and you're just ramming into them. So that's kind of the vibe with running stance. All right, see you in the next video.